As the 2009 housing crisis comes to an end, many banks have failed. But one bank stands out: J.P. Morgan Chase. Under the leadership of Jamie Dimon, it not only survived, but became the largest bank in America. Jamie Dimon was born into a banking family. His grandfather arrived in New York in 1921 and built a successful career as a banker and stockbroker. By the time Jamie was born, his father, Theodore Dimon, was also a wealthy stockbroker. Jamie grew up in an environment that valued hard work and integrity. His parents instilled in him the importance of treating everyone fairly. Despite his privileged upbringing, Jamie always felt he needed to achieve more than his father and grandfather. He attended private schools and spent summers in Colorado, but he had big dreams for himself. He knew he wanted to be in finance and believed that attending a great college was the first step. However, he faced disappointment when he was rejected by his dream school, Brown University. After graduating fourth in his class from high school, Jamie went to Tufts University instead. He felt Tufts didn't match his abilities and applied to transfer to Princeton, but was rejected again. Determined to prove himself, he set out to become the top student at Tufts. His confidence sometimes came off as arrogance, but it paid off. He graduated summa cum laude and was accepted into Harvard Business School. At Harvard, Jamie continued to stand out. He didn't conform to the typical student image. He wore jeans instead of suits and was the only Democrat among mostly Republican classmates. He graduated as a Baker Scholar, an honor given to the top 5% of students. After graduation, Jamie received many job offers from prestigious investment banks, but chose to work for Sandy Weill, a family friend, for 1/3 of the salary. Weill was a well-known financier who had transformed several Wall Street firms. He saw potential in Jamie and offered him a chance to learn from him directly. Working closely with Weill allowed Jamie to quickly rise through the ranks. In his late 20s, he was already negotiating major deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars. However, their ambitious plans made them targets within American Express. When Weill attempted to sell Fireman's Fund to Warren Buffett and the deal fell through, he left American Express in frustration, but encouraged Jamie to stay for financial security. In an act of loyalty, Jamie decided to leave with Weill instead. They faced uncertainty after leaving American Express, but were determined to make a comeback. They needed a new plan and soon found Commercial Credit, a struggling loan company targeting lower-income consumers. The company had issues, but also valuable assets that could be leveraged. Jamie analyzed Commercial Credit and discovered it could be turned around despite its low return on equity compared to competitors. They approached Warren Buffett for investment, but were turned down because Buffett preferred investing in quality companies rather than trying to fix struggling ones. With Buffett out of the picture, they considered three options for acquiring Commercial Credit: finding another wealthy investor, doing a leveraged buyout with borrowed money, or going public by selling shares to investors. Jamie believed Commercial Credit could be an attractive investment if they could convince others of its potential. Sandy Weill decided to invest heavily himself while also offering shares to the public. Jamie put $425,000 of his own money into the company. Their efforts paid off when they raised $850 million through public offerings. Once they took over Commercial Credit, they cut costs aggressively, laying off 10% of employees on day one, and quickly turned it profitable within a year. Their success allowed them to borrow more money for further investments. However, just as they were gaining momentum, the stock market crashed on October 19, 1987. Many companies struggled during this time, but Weill and Dimon saw opportunities amidst chaos. With strong financial backing from Commercial Credit, they began buying undervalued shares and acquiring struggling firms at low prices. Over the next decade, they became prolific deal-makers and even acquired Primerica, an insurance company. By the end of the century, they had created Citigroup, the largest financial conglomerate in America. On October 8th, Citigroup officially merged under Sandy Weill's leadership as CEO, while Jamie became president. Although he managed investment funds for Citigroup effectively, he wanted more power and knew it was only a matter of time before he would become CEO himself. However, Sandy Weil had other plans. While recognizing Jamie's talent, he also noted that Diamond's bluntness and temper could be problematic for leadership. To protect his interests at Citigroup, Weil brought his daughter Jessica into the company and placed her under Diamond's division. Initially supportive of Jessica's promotion within her mutual fund division, Diamond later decided against promoting her due to performance issues compared to competitors like Merrill Lynch. This decision strained their relationship and led Sandy Weil to question whether Diamond could manage relationships effectively as CEO. By November 1998, after years of partnership with Weil, tensions reached a breaking point when Diamond was fired from Citigroup amid corporate restructuring news. Jamie returned home after his dismissal, feeling uncertain about his future, but remained determined not to let this setback define him. This version presents Jamie Dimon's story in straightforward language without formal titles or labels, while maintaining clarity and engagement suitable for video content.